A short track with a long history, Hickory Motor Speedway opened in 1951, originally as a half-mile dirt track, and while the sizes and services have changed over the years, the great racing has remained the same. From track champions like Ned Jarrett, Harry Gant, and Ralph Earnhardt, Hickory Motor Speedway is truly the birthplace of NASCAR stars. In 1983, a young man by the name of Brandon Setzer, driving the famed Orange Blossom Special, would go on to win the late model stock track championship. 10 years later, he would repeat as track champion and would eventually become an 18-time winner in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. As a new generation of racers rise to the top, Dennis's son Brandon is continuing the family's legacy in the Cars Racing Tour, with 5 career wins in the series. Brandon sat down with me this week to discuss the 2017 car season and driving his dad's Orange Blossom paint scheme for the Throwback 276 at Hickory Motor Speedway. Alright, so you're sitting second in the car series points, 2 wins, 5 top 5s to go along with 3 poles. How are you feeling with the final 3 races remaining in the series?
Yeah, I know we've struggled a little bit here lately. We started off the season pretty strong, with wins at Dominion. And, the last few races haven't been the best for us. We had a second at Tri-County, which was very good for us, but, it was a pretty distant second. We'd like to be a little closer to the win. Had a really good car last week at Orange County, and things just didn't work out for us. It got really hot inside the car and ended up getting inside the wall, getting in the wall and taking us out of the race. So we've got to get the ball rack rolling again at Hickory. So I'm really excited to go back to the home track. I think it'll be good for us.
Well, you mentioned Orange County finished 17th there out of, I believe, 24 cars. Obviously not the day that you wanted. Is there just anything you feel you can do differently next time or that could have been done differently?
Yeah, absolutely. I needed to do a better job of preparing the race car to cool itself better. Put hoses on off the side to duct air into me. There's just no air stirring inside the race car with no ducts to it, so really needed to do a better job in the shop. Myself preparing the car to cool the driver better, so that was my fault for sure.
Is there any added pressure at a track where your dad was 2-time track champion, driving the orange paint scheme, Orange Blossom Special? Is there any more added pressure for you going into that race than it would be if it was, Easter Bunny 150 for pass or something like that, other than the fact that it's just a points race in general?
I mean, no, not really. I think there's already a lot of pressure because we're struggling, and it's Hickory. You got all the fans come out, all your friends and family, and everybody's coming to watch you at Hickory. You're kind of expected to do well. We've done well there in the past, so I think there's a ton of pressure just from that. There'll be slightly added pressure. You're going to have the whole original crew of the Orange Blossom Special, the 4 car that my dad used to drive, his pit crew, his crew chief. So all that. So there would be a little bit extra pressure, but I think it'll be really cool to have all that, get everybody back together, and have all that going on. So I think it's gonna be really cool.
Brandon also discussed the importance of building a strong fan base and keeping a positive image both on and off the track. How important is it to keep those fans coming back to the races week after week?
Yeah, absolutely. If you got a following of some good fans, you really got to take care of those fans and talk to them. Even if you had a bad night, you got to try to keep your head up. It's very hard. I've struggled with that here lately. I've got down on myself, but definitely you got to talk to the fans after the race. You got your certain people that come up that and then they're always going to be there. You got your fans at Orange County. I got a lady who loves me to death there, and she always comes up and talks to me, and it's so awesome to get that following of people that did follow you around and keep up with you, and so you definitely got to take care of those people. Even when you had a bad night, they paid money to watch you race, so you got to take care of them for that.
To keep up with Brandon, like Brandon Setzer Racing on Facebook, and to follow your favorite driver in the Cars Tour series, check out carsracingtour.com and follow them on YouTube and Facebook at Cars Tour. I'm Andrew Klein with this feature story on Brandon Setzer and the Throwback 276 at Hickory Motor Speedway.